Alright YouTube, so strut removal for a 2008 Honda Civic. Just so happens that I did the Malibu earlier today, and now I'm going to be doing this 2008 Honda Civic. So first thing is to take off this bolt here that holds in the brake line, and this little ABS sensor line, this got it out with a screwdriver. Just press on these two tabs, upper lower. Now you're wondering, oh man, strut tower, where's the access? So you just yank this down here, and here we go, right in there. Now this is the offset wrench I'm using, and it is a 15 millimeter. Well, that's a 15, right? Yeah, that's a 15. And this is the game that we're gonna play. Now I wish this was ratcheting because it would make it a lot faster, but it's not. So this is how I'm gonna have to do this job. This is very bare bones. If there's a faster way, leave it in the comments. That way, if I ever have to do this job again, it'll be done faster. Because I can't for the life of me get any sockets in there. Well, I could try to get a shallow socket in there, 15 millimeter, and just hope that that's enough ratcheting room. But this is what I've got. This is the process I'm using right now. Maybe I can get a socket in there, a shallow one. Let me see. And would you look at that? The bicycle socket has come to save the day again. So I'm using this bicycle wrench with a 15 millimeter head. And it's not a lot of space, but at least it's ratcheting. So it's gonna get this job done twice as fast. So if this is the tool you gotta get, this is the tool you gotta get. If you guys see this in my last video too, I took this in order to get the stabilizer link, sway link down off the Malibu. So those tools, that tool is pretty handy. All right, so a challenge that I found when putting the strut in was I had two studs work and fit fine. This last stud wouldn't turn or wouldn't fit in here. That last one there. So what I did is I spun the top of it so that it sort of rotated the whole stud pattern, and spun it once, that didn't work. Spun it twice, and that did work, so they all fit fine. But I'm not sure if it's just my luck or if it needs to be put in a certain way. But it's in now, and I just gotta bolt the rest up. Get this bottom knuckle attached and keep going. Okay, one tip I'm gonna give with this knuckle with the 2008 Honda Hybrid is if you let this knuckle slide out or fall down, you see I have it resting on a jack, the axle will come out of the groove of the CVT transmission. Now it's not impossible to get it back in, but it'll be easier to just keep this upright while you're installing the new one, and hopefully you won't have that problem with rotating that top. If you do, you can even try to tie this up to somewhere secure. Just a little rope here, this lower control arm, that could keep it from sliding out. You slide it out, you let the knuckle fall down, and it'll pop out the groove of the socket. But it's not impossible. You just got to keep turning this and finding that groove so it falls back in. So you turn this wheel until you feel it give, and then it'll push on all the way to this angle. All right, time to button it up. Okay, last little trick is take the jack. I held it in with one bolt, but take the jack and jack it up so that all these 4 bolts are hand spinnable instead of you just trying to manhandle these tight. Let the jack do the work for you. Hand tie all of these, and then when it comes to torquing these, you can try to get a torque wrench in there, but, and I say but, my torque wrench won't fit in there, but maybe yours will. That's what she said. So, a dust in there. I'm just tightening it as hard as, not as hard as I can, but just snug. Not like over wrenching it where it's gonna strip threads or strip the bolt, but just snug enough where it feels like it's about tight enough for the job. You say, oh, it's horrible advice. Well, go ahead and look in the Honda specifications, find out the torque spec. I know on that car it was 48, but on this car, I've done so many of these that I just do it snug. So it's at the bottom of the plate there, and never had one of these come undone. These are locking nuts, so they have ridges to lock onto the metal. But if you do it this way, it's going to be easier than just trying to tighten them up and force up that strut. But hope you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching. So to get to the rear shock on this 2008 Honda Civic Hybrid, pretty sure it will work for other models, but you got to take out all the plastic covers and yada yada. But this cheap shock they put in, when you went to unscrew this, the whole thing would spin. So this is the tool that you're going to need. It's one that I used. It's a large channel lock. To hold that down, that disc down, and then use a 14mm nut to take this off. I know it's frustrating. Got me frustrated, but I figured it out. It's a little tip for you if you're changing out the rear shocks. And of course, all there is one bolt for the rear shock. And then once this bolt is out, the rear shock will come down. Should. There we go. And that's it. But there you go. Little tip and trick. Hope this helped. Thumbs up if you like the video. Don't thumbs down, just leave the video if you don't like it. Thanks for watching.